You kind of touched on a topic that I want to, get everybody to vote on, which is this whole idea of permission versus open change. 78% believe permission. That's a pretty convincing majority. Why do you think permission versus non-permission versus hybrid?
Well, because ultimately this is, we don't live in a world of pure philosophy. At least this country decided 80 years ago that consensual exchange when it comes to securities, there has to be legal protection. There's got to be some, the government needs to look out for you. And they really can't, and so their next step, the first thing that they're going to be able to accept, they're not going to be able to accept a world where everything is really completely non-permissioned and decentralized and such. There have to be some trusted intermediaries that at the end of the day they can send a subpoena to if they need to. So the world's going to start off that way, and I would agree that I don't know if that's what ultimately wins, but that's the first thing that's going to win. Now, once we all get there, once we get to that kind of a world, people are going to start asking, well, what exactly, how much, is the game worth the candle? Is the oversight they give to the trusted intermediaries who emerge out of this new world, is it really worth what we pay them? So I do agree that the permission is going to be the first thing to win, but then you might see it kind of fade away.
Yeah, no, I think it would have been fabulous if we could have a sort of non-permissioned flow of assets across the globe. I think, though, that some of the deployments of that kind of mechanism so far has proven to have its challenges in terms of how to govern change, how to govern increase in performance, or how to govern increase or changes to the protocols, etc. I think, though, that we could see some kind of intermediate phase where sort of who permissions what changes. Currently, NASDAQ as a exchange or as a clearinghouse, we decide who can be a member. We have a number of criteria, and anyone who meets those criteria, we have to admit, but we set the criteria under some regulatory framework. I think that could change, that becomes permission by committee. The parties that are part of a distributed ledger take a greater interest in who is actually allowed permission or not. So I think how the permission happens might change a little bit faster than we might think.